Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Stonescale Passage and how to do the dungeon. The dungeon is not very mech intensive at all. So once you enter the dungeon, there's a wind stride. You're just going to take the wind stride and you're going to move forward, and then the path will split into two. So you can see you can either go to the left or the right. I choose to go to the right this time. It doesn't really matter which path you go, but you need to split the teams into 3-3 or 1-1 or however you want to do it, because you need to kill all these mobs. If you don't kill the mobs, the gate won't open and you can't progress to the next area. Okay, once you've killed all the mobs, you'll finally get here to this wind stride, which will bring you to the mini boss. The mini boss is very straightforward. So you can see over here we split the teams into 3 over here and 3 down here, mainly because we want to have equal damage on each side, but it doesn't really matter that much. You're literally just going to DPS the crap out of this boss, and at half HP, these bosses will switch locations. So the guys at the bottom that we were hitting will switch up, and the guy up here will switch down here, and that's it really. And then you just DPS him to death. So no mechanics, just DPS. I'll show you right here. Very simple. We're just gonna blast it. He's like, oh no, I'm less than half HP, and he runs away, and then the new guy jumps in. He's like, hello friend, and yeah, you kill him. You want to kill them at around the same time, and voila. And once you kill the mini bosses, this Dragon Pulse will open and bring you straight to the last boss. Very short dungeon. So once you enter the dungeon, you're going to notice there's 2 bosses. There's the lady and there's the man. What you want to do in the very beginning of the fight is you want to wail on the man. The reason is because this man is a coward and he runs into soul separation to leave the woman all alone. So the woman will take a lot of damage because the DPS team can hit her at any time. But the man will be hiding in soul separation and will also drag the main tank with him. So there's going to be one person in soul separation hitting the man, while the other 5 of us are going to be outside and we can hit the woman if we want. However, you want to keep in mind that you want to kill both bosses at the same time, because the moment you kill one of these bosses, there'll be a 10-second timer, and if the other boss does not die within that 10 seconds, it is a party wipe. Okay, next up are roles. So you're going to need 2 tanks. You're going to need a ranged tank and you're going to need a melee tank. So over here we have Bunder, who's going to be the melee tank. Melee tank is going to hit the man. The range tank is going to hit the woman. So usually the range tank is going to stand at around 12 o'clock. You know, you've got a lot of leeway, just somewhere up here. And then so that the woman is facing up here, mainly because, you know, she's a Medusa. She will make people turn into stone. So you don't want her to look at the DPS team, and the DPS team's going to chill right around here at the bottom side of the map. So Medusa doesn't look at them and looks at the range tank instead. And basically, as the range tank over here or over here, wherever Vax wants to stand, basically whenever Medusa does a purple attack, you just want to get out of that range, or you just want to look away. Because if you do look at her when she does that, you get drunk, you get charmed, and then you walk towards her and you're drunk and life sucks, okay? And that's it for range tank. I'll show you near the end of the video of me range tanking. It's very brain dead, very simple. As for the melee tank, again, you just wail on the boss. That's really it, until he sends you into soul separation. And then the only mechanic in this entire thing is solely based off the tank. The tank needs to direct a laser beam into one of these mirrors that'll spawn later on and just open a portal. The moment it opens a portal, the furthest target will get a debuff. It'll look like Soul Burst from Twilight Temple Boss 1, and you literally run into the portal to get into soul separation, and you run into this boss. Once you run into him, the Soul Burst will blow him up and take away his defense stacks. And he will do this 3 times, but only 2 people need to go into soul separation to take off his defense stacks. He will have 5 stacks. Every burst of soul burst takes away 3 stacks. Enough explaining, and let me just roll the video, and it'll make a lot more sense when you guys see it happen, okay? So here we go. Bunder starts. He starts wailing on the boss. We start wailing on the boss. And you can see right here that Vax is standing up here. He's the ranged tank. He's making sure that Medusa's paying 110% on him. And then the rest of us are over here. We're safe from Medusa. She ain't gonna turn us to stone. And then we just wail on the dude. Okay, let's keep rolling the clip. And boom. At 90%, he's gonna send the tank and him into soul separation. You're gonna see that pretty soon. And anytime now. And boom. You see, the guy disappeared, and he's gonna drag Bunder with him into soul separation. Now Bunder is in soul separation, as you can see right here, or spatial isolation, whatever. And when this happens, Bunder is solely responsible of doing mechanics, while the rest of us, we can just wail on the on Medusa now. But what we want to make sure is we want to look at the HP bars. So you can see Medusa right now has pretty healthy. She's 94%, while the guy, because we bursted him really hard, is at 72%. So we want to make sure that we get Medusa's HP down so that we can kill both of them at around the same time. Okay, so next up, we're just going to burst Medusa. We're attacking, attacking, attacking. And over here, I opened up the big map on purpose because we're going to be looking for these shields over here. You see that shield in the background? There's going to be a bunch of these shields. Specific ones are going to light up and some are not. And also, you can see this purple attack over here. Medusa will do a ring like that of this purple attack. This is like her gaze. So basically, you want to look away from her if you get hit by this. It doesn't do much damage. Just look away and then you won't get drunked. Or you can just simply step out of it, stand like here, and then you can still DPS her. Okay? Step out, boom, that's done. We're still attacking, attacking. By the way, if you get hit by her attacks, you get this debuff over here. So I've got 9 stacks of it. When this hits 30, you get petrified for 30 seconds or 15 seconds. I forgot how many seconds, but you just get petrified and it sucks. So just don't take 30 stacks of this. It's actually very hard to get 30 stacks. Like, you'd have to get hit by like everything. So don't worry about it. So now you can see on the mini-map, there's a bunch of shields. You can see that some are light and some are dark. The light ones are this 1, 2, and 3, and the dark ones are these 1, 2, and 3. So what Bunder sees in Soul Separation is inverted. So these are going to be light shields to him, and these are going to be dark shields for him. So what we do is we get Bunder to shoot lasers into the 3 o'clock position every single time, and then we have the far marks waiting. So we have one far mark waiting over here. Once this turns into a dark portal, they're able to run in and get sent into Soul Separation. Then they quickly mad dash into the middle where the guy boss is, and then they use their Soul Burst, and then yeah, it takes away his shield and he takes more damage and he dies faster. Okay, so I'll roll the clip. We're just gonna keep DPSing over here. We're waiting for Bunder to do his magic. We're just DPSing. By the way, another thing is the range tank. You don't want to get close. The moment you get close, she'll start spamming her charm attack, that AOE charm attack or purple attack. So just make sure you're standing on this line or 16 meters or whatever, and just wail on her. It's very easy. Okay. So now she focuses her attention on someone. You're going to see right here. And you're also going to see that I have this little symbol on my head. So this is going to be the Soul Burst. However, Bunder has not opened a portal for me to go in yet. So unfortunately, this Soul Burst will be wasted. You're going to see here that I'm soon going to get a Soul Burst. I'm looking around for the portal, but there is no portal. So you can see over here that there's a Soul Burst. You know, this is the outer ring, this is the middle ring, this is the inner ring, okay? So this takes away 1 stack of armor, 2 stacks of armor, 3 stacks of armor. So when I get into Soul Separation later, I'm going to run straight into the boss, and I'm going to try to stand right on top of the boss so that he takes away 3 stacks of his armor buff. Okay, so unfortunately, we didn't open the portal yet, so this one is just wasted, right? I'm just hitting, and we're waiting for the mirror. So you can see here, a path has opened through the karmic mirror. So you'll notice where the mirror is by looking at your mini-map. You can see that this one has lit up. So you see how these 2 light ones are just kind of gray, and this one's like a bright purple. So basically, this portal has opened. So whoever has Soul Burst, which is the furthest target, has to run into this portal to get sent into Soul Separation. If you try to run into the portal without Soul Burst, you just get knocked back. So don't do that, okay? However, I just got Soul Burst earlier, so I cannot get Soul Burst again. So the next closest target will get Soul Burst. So we're going to see that now. I think Biscuit gets it here. So you see I'm just running around. I'm like, oh, look, that's the portal. So you can see the portal looks really shiny and like, you know, it's like run in. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But, you know, I can't get in. So I try to run in. I'm like waiting for the Soul Burst thing, but I don't get it. Biscuit gets it. The reason was because I got the first one, but there was no portal to run into. And so you can't get 2 Soul Bursts back to back. So I got the first one, Biscuit got the second one, and if I'm the furthest target again, I will get the third one. She'll do this 3 times total per phase. So Biscuit runs into Soul Separation, and you can see right here, this is Biscuit right here. He's going to run straight into the middle and stand next to the boss, and is going to blow up his armor. So you see, boom, he's right next to the boss. He's blowing up the armor. Next, I'm going to get the Soul Burst again. I want to look away from that purple attack. You see, if you don't look away, you get drunk like that, and life sucks. So, ooh, look at me, I'm drunk. Okay, now, you see, he opened up another portal, the 3 o'clock portal, and I just happened to get another Soul Burst mark. So I need to start mad dashing towards there in order to get into Soul Separation. So we're going to see that now. Mad dash, woo! Woo! I'm running. Okay, I go into soul separation. Boom. And you see right now, I've got 4 more seconds to get to the boss to hit him with this soul burst explosion. So I'm just gonna tactical roll into him, and he'll take off a buff. So I'll show you the buff in a second once I get into range. So you can see over here, this buff right here, this blue one, he has 2 stacks of it. I'm gonna get into the boss. I'm gonna take away some of his armor stacks right now. Boom. So you see right there, I stood right under the boss, so it did the -3 stacks, but you know, he only had 2 stacks left, so it took away both stacks. So now he doesn't have that armor buff, so we deal normal damage to him again. So this is what soul separation looks like. You can see that these are dark ones instead of light ones, so all the colors are inverted in soul separation. It doesn't really matter for most people. It only matters for the tank. Then after that is literally just DPS. So the issue is people in soul separation cannot see the HP bar of the person outside. We can't see Medusa's HP. However, the people outside can see Medusa's HP and the guy's HP inside. So there needs to be some level of communication, because you do need to kill both of them at around the same time, because if you kill one and it takes more than 10 seconds to kill the other one, you will party wipe. So you're attacking over here, and he's going to create this laser beam thing where you just got to block the laser. So you're going to see that in a second right here. So you see the Carmack mirror infuses energy and absorbs the electrocutors. So basically, I'm going to stand there, person stands there, person stands there. So, you know, 3 people in soul separation just block the lines. And the same thing happens outside of soul separation. 3 people also block the lines, and you'll be fine. That's it. You just block this line and just keep DPSing, and you'll be good to go. It's very, very simple. Okay. So we're just DPS. His CC bars will open if you do this mech correctly. You can stun him, you can daze him, KD him, or just not do anything. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, again, we're just wailing on him. And while this is happening, we're talking on voice comms, just making sure we're on the same page on HP, because we don't want to kill one too fast. So we have June that's outside, and he's literally telling us the HP of Medusa, and you know, we can see the HP inside, so we know when to just keep DPSing or when to hold DPS. Usually it's gonna be the people outside which need to hold DPS, and the people inside can just keep DPSing, because this boss has the armor buff, while the person outside doesn't have the armor buff. And voila, you see we're 1 HP, and it says that they have been unlinked. So when they're unlinked, you'll see that this countdown timer starts. And if this hits 0, it is a party wipe. It starts at 10 seconds. So you need to make sure to kill both of them at the same time, okay? But lucky for us, we get sent out, and we just try to kill all of them at the same time before we die, and boom. Lucky us, they're dead. And that's it for this dungeon. Very, very straightforward. Now I'm going to roll a clip again, but in a different point of view of me outside, and I'm doing the range tank. Okay, here's me doing the range tanking this time, and it's very, very simple, okay? You're just gonna, you don't have to move as much as I do. I get panicky and I move a lot, but you literally just need to sidestep like 1 attack. So over here, this attack right here, this little skinny block, make sure to sidestep that. It'll knock you back. I don't sidestep it because I'm a dum-dum. You see, you get pushed back. And when you get pushed back, you also get stacks over here. So make sure, as I said before, you don't want 30 stacks or above, or else you will get petrified. So over here, we're attacking. She will shoot 2 of these hearts, these range hearts at you. Just make sure you block the second one. The second one does daze you. Or you can self-iframe it, but I just take it in the face because I'm dumb. This purple attack, you need to be careful of. So you see this purple attack right here, you need to face away from the boss, or else you will get charmed and you'll walk into the boss and it'll suck, okay? So just look away from it if you're in the purple zone. If you're standing like back here, then you can just keep shooting her, it doesn't really matter. Over here, I look away, I'm fine, good, keep DPSing. These attacks do not hurt. These attacks don't matter. I iframe them because I'm freaking out, but it doesn't really matter. It's only that jab attack that you need to pay attention to. So other than that, you see, it's very, very simple. Now she shoots the 2 hearts again. I just party stealth myself, look away from the charm, keep shooting. Those attacks don't matter. I don't know why I'm iframing these. You know, I'm silly. I just whatever. And just avoid that jab attack. And that's it. That's literally it for range tank. It's super, super easy. Also keep in mind the range tank can never get the mark, the soul burst mark, in order to go into soul separation. So it will be the next furthest person after the range tank. So again, she's shooting her hearts. I party stealth, or stealth myself, I guess. I keep avoiding these attacks, which you really don't need to. And avoid the jab. Very, very simple. Since we're outside, we can see both HP bars. So I can see Medusa's HP bar over here, and I can see the boss's HP in soul separation. While when you're in soul separation, you cannot see Medusa's HP because you're in soul separation. So it's kind of important to understand the difference and sort of communicate either through chat or through voice comms to make sure that you kill both of them at the same time. I think that's probably the most important mechanic. All right, now it's at 9%. Now we're like, okay, people in soul separation, go ham, we can attack, kill her now, blah blah blah. So now we just keep attacking, and she's gonna die now. You see, now they're dead. Easy peasy. And that's it. That's really it for the mechanics of this dungeon. It's very, very straightforward, very simple. Most of it is basically DPS and kill them at the same time. I think those two are the most important things. I just showed you a little bit on like how the soul burst mechanic works, because it does speed up the process significantly if you can take off the soul separation guy's armor buff, and that's how you take it off. Okay, anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals that boosts the rest?